Good go today. I thought our since we saw you last week, we had a really good practice Thursday. Our scrimmage Saturday was probably one of the best I've ever seen us tackle. A lot of plays, a lot of work volume, some full go kicking. Thought our quarterbacks got better. It was a really, really good day around the board. A lot of plays, probably the most we've ever done in scrimmage. That was very encouraging. Today was a full go practice. Our last really good go. We'll practice Thursday. It'll be our third helmet practice. We get 3 helmet days, and you start your first 2. We're leading this one into the spring game. So, work the last down the stretch here has been very encouraging. I see a lot of progress, a lot of work to do, but again, the way the kids come to work, I think our coaches are doing a heck of a job. See our defense really gaining some confidence, and they still haven't put in a lot of stuff. They're just playing faster. See the quarterback's getting better, some things we want to see. So that's been good. Spring game Friday. Again, we're trying to work that around with our little 500. So we're kind of working through in my mind just a couple things. So I don't know how you want to spread the word. There's been a few things out about it already. We're going to 5 o'clock have a youth clinic out here. It's free. Kids 12 and under. A lot of former players from last year's team and some other guys. I think some of our guys are up for the draft. Are going to be around, hanging around with that. So hopefully we'll have a good turnout with our players. And that's always been fun. A lot of parents, grandparents out there with their kids, getting some pictures, having fun. We'll bring that crowd out and probably do something with our team. We're going to take the, here I think tomorrow, the goalpost down there down and the fencing down. And that's actually going to be done for graduation anyway. So the scrimmage we're going to do on the game field is going to move in this direction here towards the weight room. So we'll be traveling north all day. So there'll be a stage set up down there for the concert, which is after the game. I think our team's going to get on the field about 5:45 to 6 o'clock. And the gates are going to be open. It's free to everyone. We'll have a little bit of a walkthrough. We always do to start practice. We'll have a good stretch. Might have our campers, our youth clinic guys, a part of the stretch, have some fun with them. Then we'll transition into what's going to be about 40 minutes of fundamental work and about an hour of scrimmage. Probably get about 70 plays. We're not going to split the team. It's going to be 1-0 first group versus first D, 2-0 versus 2D. And we're going to get about 70 plays. We'll get some situations. We'll get some score zone work. It's still practice 15. We're not deep enough. We've got some guys that we're holding out of practice. So with the depth and all, we're not going to truly split it up. But I do think for the guys, you're going to see a game environment. We're going to have a lot of fan activity. Try to get some fans on the field to call some plays. Maybe let them stand, and be a quarterback or be right beside the quarterback and feel the rush or be the punter. So we want to, have a great turnout. And the concert afterwards, if you're here for the spring game, you're part of general admission seating already for that concert. So y'all Flosterdamus fans, and there's another group leading off. There's an opening act, right, Keg? Yeah. They asked me, who's the opening act? We sure? I'm blank. I apologize. I got to get that group, so I apologize. We're not sliding them. But for our fans that are here, the concert's kind of just on the back end, quote, icing on your cake. A little Indiana Hoosier Friday night football and a little Flosterdamus EMD music is called, right? Is that what it's called? EDM. Yeah. Electrical dance music, right? A little EDM.
Absolutely.
And then we'll be rocking and rolling. We'll be right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's on your
We'll be
iPod.
on the stage.
It's on our iPod, and we'll be good to go. So that's where we're at there. And then we'll go through some guys, which is just they're on an injury deal. We've had 3 guys injured this spring. Camion Patrick's having surgery tomorrow. We don't know timeline, don't know what it is until we do it. So we'll keep you posted on it. He's out of spring game. Robert McCray has a turf toe. It's been casted. He's out. And Doris got a weird deal. He's going to be out of a cast in a few weeks, but he's out. The other guys that have been limited through spring, like Isaac Griffith coming off his knee, none of these guys have had setbacks. Diamont with his ankle. Jay Sean is coming off the knee, but has been going non-contact. Damon Willis, the same deal. Zeke Walker, Chase Dutra, Jamil Cook. All those guys are in great shape where they're at, but they're not a part of scrimmage tackle. So they've had good springs. They're all set to be full go by May. They're all set to be full go. The only guys kind of limited for summer now is going to be Patrick. And the other guys here, we got a few seniors like today. And we knew this when we talked to him, but Dan Feeney is getting a ankle cleanup thing today. And that was a part, doing that, so he'll be full go by May. And he practiced Saturday. Nothing's wrong. He had a little bone spur we're trying to clear up from this previous injury. Wes Rogers has a little stress fracture in the boot. So we got some of our 5th-year guys. Jacob Bailey. Guys that played a lot are not going to be in the spring game. Don't know if they need to be. They've had a great spring. They haven't had injuries that have hurt us. But that's that's a little bit of where we're at with that. So some of those guys are no setbacks. The only real setback injury is really Camion with his knee, and we'll get that surgery. Everything else has been our most physical and most combative. And again, our team, I think, is in good shape leading into Thursday, leading into Friday. We need to finish up well. And the other thing on the medical front, the two guys that we've had on our team, Dominique Booth and Donovan Clark, they have been classified by our team doctors and certified by Big Ten as medical waivers, medical disqualifiers. So they've been helping out as student coaches. They're all set to graduate. I think Dom's going to graduate next May. I think same with Donovan Clark. So those two guys who have missed spring ball have been certified by the Big Ten as medical. So they're not out spring, but it's like Ralston Evans last year. They've kind of ended, and that was from our team docs and all that deal. Other than that, it's been an outstanding spring, a lot of work. Guys are better. We got a few guys out, but our team is in good shape heading down the stretch, and I think heading into summer.
So Donovan won't be playing. His football career is done.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Same with Donovan?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Dominique.
By our doctors, and the way it's done, same with Ralston. If the injuries are such, you present it, and the Big Ten signs off on that. So that happened here a while back, but that's why they've been out.
How serious is Camion's injury? You said it was a bit of
Don't
a
know.
setback.
He's going to have surgery on it, so we'll get in there and see if is it going to be an ACL report. I think they're kind of waiting to see when we get in. I'm not sure if it's a full tear, partial tear, is it ACL, is it cartilage. So we'll know tomorrow after surgery.
How much has your approach changed with the spring football game? Maybe when you first started to now, are you like maybe it was more intense back in the day and now it's not so much, or is it basically the same?
Well, to me, it's still practice 15. So we want to do some scrimmage things, and for our fans to come in and get a good feel and see some good football and have the energy and have the fan involvement. And because I think that's a big part of you look at teams around the country, no different Hoosier hysteria. Your spring football needs to be kind of a good day. And we've done a great job here in years past with what we've done in the end zone. This year, we're trying to tie it in with a concert in the pregame. So I think it needs to be a festive day and a lot of fun, but it's still practice 15. And for Tom Allen, it's the 15th day of getting the defense lined up. For quarterbacks, for Lego, Danny Cameron, Austin King, 15th practice. So there's still a little bit of a practice format. So I don't want to do it as just a mock game. To me, we've got work to do, and some of that work will be scrimmage, tackle, situation football work.
You said the quarterbacks were better Saturday. Is that partly the guys that are newer starting to understand what they're doing a little bit more?
A little bit. The Gale Force went well. We went inside.
Yeah.
And so we didn't have to fight some of the Gale Force wins, but they got a little bit better rhythm. We've worked a lot on fundamentals with them. Sometimes you're thinking so much the fundamentals are just out of whack. So their timing, their footwork, their ability to process, they sometimes have mental overload. So we've worked a lot on fundamentals. We've worked a lot on minimizing some of their thought process so they can just use their talent, because I think all their talent and their arm strength is plenty good enough. It's just managing the offense. So they were good on last week, and their best day was Saturday. And to see how we finish this week moving forward, we'll still need a lot of work defensively. The whole football team. This team's practiced the best. To me, it's been the best we've seen our football team, and we still got a long way to go. And that's just the nature of you got 12 spring practices. Got a lot of work to do.
I guess to that point, you've talked about having experienced a lot of the other skill positions. So if those positions come through the spring, what do you want to do? Wide receiver, running back in particular?
Not bad. I think we could be a little, we recruited a lot of offensive skill guys. I wish we had a few more bodies. Sometimes I see them fatigue as practice goes on. Our defense has played, has basically everyone back. So their first and second, third team, I think I see our defense staying stronger as practice goes on with their skill guys. Because I'm worried about, I don't need Ricky Jones and Mitchell Page and Semi Cobb's wearing out. So there comes a lot for Isaac James. Jay Sean's gotten some work, has been held out of contact. We've got Ricky Brookins, we've been playing outside. Nick Westbrook had a very, very good spring today. Luke Timian. But I wish we had a couple more bodies. With Austin Doris getting hurt, our tight end, we signed 3 tight ends. That tight end position's a little, it needs a little bit more size out there. So we'll be a different team in preseason offensively when the freshmen show up, because I think we'll be a little bit bigger on the edges at tight end with first and second team, and we'll have a little bit more depth. So I like the group. I think they've done well. I wish we had a few more bodies, 'cause I think they'd be a little bit fresher, if that makes sense. I think they worn out a little bit.
Coach, what are your thoughts on the satellite camp ban that came out last weekend?
I think it would be great if we could have ways to work with kids. I know small college or smaller schools and you know are concerned because they used to have a chance when you're a young GA, you could go work at camp and meet coaches. It was a nice way of recruiting because you would go to, you know, you pick any Big Ten school and we would all bring in Division II and FCS programs and Division III, and they got to see kids. It was good recruiting for them. It was good networking for them. So in that regard, it's not good because you're hurting chances for kids to be seen. At the same time, it did get out of hand where basically June is a dead month of recruiting, yet because I called it at camp, I could sit there and basically talk to you and recruit you and go around the country. So to me, there should have been a common ground we could have got to because it became more of a recruiting thing. In the end, I think every coach would say we want to help our game. And it wouldn't be bad if like the Big Ten got together and we had a Big Ten camp in Indy and then one in Chicago. And all the Big Ten coaches there, and we all get to coach, we all get to see him. We got the same deal. It kind of got a little recruiting oriented, I think. And in that regard, that's why it went the way it went. I still think it'd be nice to have a lot of small colleges. On the recruiting side, the deal would be now you can't hire college coaches. So what does that mean? You hire more high school coaches, and you pay them more money to bring kids to camp. So that actually is a little bit behind the scenes recruiting that's kind of a little shady.
Coach, you guys are scheduled to get new turf. Do you know when that's going to happen?
I think the plan would be, again, this is coming down this week, setting up for the concert. Let's get some EDM stuff now. Let's go. All right, and then as soon as that's over, school's taking in the graduation. When graduation's over, we'll get a new turf. And unless there's any setbacks, the timeline was to start immediately after graduation, which is Mother's Day weekend, and hopefully be in place by the time our camps start the 1st of June. And because this is already set and graded, it's a quicker process. We did that field out there, went from grass to turf a few years ago, took about 7 weeks. This should be about a 3-4 week deal, weather permitting, but the plan was hopefully to have it here by the time for camps. If not, we'll have great field space for summer practice, but it should be in place here by the 1st of June if we're fortunate.
Same kind of field turf?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a different product. I'm not, there's certain guidelines you could, as far as the type of logos and the sizing and lettering and branding and what you can and can't do. This thing here, though, has gotten very, very thin. And so I mean, there's several different types. The specific brand or company we went with, I'm not sure. But you guys go out and stand on our practice field versus this field, you can tell the difference just with the blade. And when we talk about concussions and taking care of players, there's probably more injuries playing on turf fields. So, to have a good surface and have a surface a little bit softer probably better for our athletes.
So how short is the field going to be on Friday night?
I think we'll have from the 20, about 80 yards.
Okay.
So we'll be able to, the ball will be put down. And, if it's a kickoff, it starts on the 25. So I'd anticipate between the 20, 25, and 30, we'll lay it and come this way. And if we need to, we might do some scoring at the end, overtime, get a little score zone work at the end. We'll do some full go punt and full go PAT field goal, but not tackle. We will go tackle those scrimmage. We're going to play first down, second down. You get a third down stop, you score a touchdown. We're going to play that out. And like I say, get about 70, 80 plays.
You said Saturday, I saw the video, and then again today, that the team was as good as you've seen our team.
I like what you said. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
You're on our side.
but when you in terms of practice, are you talking about the way they're approaching practice?
Right now, like, what are you doing? Who are you playing? What are, we've really worked on it when it's our format and coaching and how to implement things so you don't lose the team. But the energy they come, I had a coach the other day that said, man, I was at this school and this school in a major conference recently. Your energy, your effort, your enthusiasm, it's not even close. You guys are buzzing around. So it starts with the coaches, but it starts with whether it be Mitchell Page or whether it be Ralph Green, those old guys, Dawson Fletcher, you name some old guys. Those guys are getting it going. Hard for a quarterback to be a leader right now. He's thinking about plays and learning his job. But Ricky Jones and Simi Cobbs and those guys up front. I mean, Dan Feeney, we've been smart with Dan, but man, Dan's out there. Dimitri Camille, that's a good group of guys. And like I say, they enjoy each other. They enjoy coming in the building. And we've had very, very good practices. We got to get better. We got a lot to clean up, but it's been fun coaching these guys, and that's encouraging. And we've practiced. That was as much work volume, as much hitting, as many plays, as many situations, and it was very enthusiastic the whole day, and that was encouraging. It was a grinding day, and those kids were balling out, having fun. It was good to see. Anything else?
Sorry, just to make sure you have it. What was Dominique's deal this spring? Was it still the hand or?
Well, it just the FERPA stuff on injuries. Just it will be like his scholarship's classified now as medical, so that's kind of public record in the next year's deal. But he's doing great. He's student coaching. I told him he ought to be a coach as he moves forward. And but I know his plan is he's got another year to. He's trying to graduate early, and be done 2017, and the same with Don Clark. So.
What your thought on the takeaway turnover? The word that nobody's supposed.
You're trying to get me to do push-ups.
No. But I
only
mean,
thing I'm going to say is I told you guys don't turn it on to 4:35 Sunday. That's all I said. 4:35. Turn the Masters on. It'll get fun. Huh? That's all he said.
well, you did. But I mean, has it had an
And
effect in terms
was
of
that
the
a
course of-
turnover or a takeaway?
It's a takeaway.
Okay. So what is your takeaway?
I'm too confused.
It
to know
was a
that.
turnover.
I have no. I have too confused.
So
But do you
here,
like that process? Has it worked? Do you
Well,
feel so?
but in my comment when we talked about this a long time ago with Coach, I said, you talk about the word takeaways or getting turners, whatever magic buzzword. I go, to me, you want stops. Because also, too, if you're a good red zone and third down stop team, is you get the ball back. It's great to get it back by turnovers because that's 30, 40, 50 yards. But if you can make that team punt and stop. So I talked to him at the time. Again, he's really emphasizing. And again, every day if they don't get it, they got their little extra penance they're doing. What I like is I see us practicing better and kids getting confidence and getting better, and the coaches not being satisfied, wanting more from them. And the kids understanding that and not pushing back from that and saying that was good and they expect more from me. And I think that's a slow little step we've taken this spring. So whether it be takeaway, whether it be turnover, and my word, hey, get stops, get takebacks. Like take the ball back instead of take it back, get it back anyway, that you can get it. What I like is our defense is getting better. Our kids are gaining confidence. They're not close to what they can be. And even though they're getting better, like no one's happy about it. And that's encouraging. And it's going to, and now I think our offense is getting, like our offense has been challenged more this spring every day with one-on-one throws, competitive plays, blitz pickups, the line of scrimmage being pushed. It's been a very clean but combative and physical spring, and I like it. And that's my takeaway.
Okay.
All right.
Fair enough.
See you.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, guys.